Пані та панове, мене звати Андрій.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Andriy Shevchenko. On behalf of Media Center Ukraine, I would like to welcome all the journalists sharing the story of our fight for freedom. The night on the 15th of May, Ukraine could hear music and singing sounding louder than the cannonade and the explosion. The musical Europe voted for Ukrainian Kalush Orchestra and for Ukraine, expressing its will that the next Eurovision Song Contest would be hosted by Ukraine, the free, indomitable and independent Ukraine. I'd like to give this floor to Mykola Chernotitsky, the CEO of the Public Broadcasting Company of Ukraine, and Oksana Skibinska, the head of the Ukrainian delegation to Eurovision. We will witness the official handover of the folder of documents between the two of them. Oksana, Mykola, you're welcome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Greetings to all of us with this victory at the Eurovision Song Contest in 2022. This victory means that we have the new challenge ahead of us, and that is to host the Eurovision 2023. In Turin, the organizers gave us this folder containing the key documents for the contest, the way it should be administered, as it is a major international event calling for extensive preparation and posing a most interesting challenge. I officially now hand over the folder of the documents to the CEO of the Public Broadcasting Company so that Ukraine could host Eurovision 2023. Thank you, Oksana. Before everything else, I'd like to congratulate you with this major victory. It's so incredible that it's already the third time already that Ukraine has won the Eurovision, that we are becoming an integral part of the European family. I'm grateful to Oleg Psyuk and the band for the fact that they prepared and performed so well. I'm grateful to Oksana Skibinska, who is the head of the Ukrainian delegation to Eurovision, which coped with the challenge and made sure our performance was done well. We had incredible view ratings on TV and on digital platforms, on radio Promi. It was all perfect. Now we have to rise to the next challenge of hosting Eurovision 2023. If before in other countries, it was a matter of finance and infrastructure, but now we have an added security consideration, and I can announce that on Friday we'll begin our consultations with the European Broadcasting Association and start the procedure of negotiating about the delivery of Eurovision 2023. Greetings with victory once again. Ladies and gentlemen, first, they won the Ukrainian hearts, and then the whole Ukraine helped them to win the hearts of Europeans. Oleg Psyuk and Kalush Orchestra welcome them. Ladies and gentlemen, Oleg Psyuk and Kalush Orchestra. Congratulations. Good day, everyone. So, how are you doing? Cool. Well, before we say anything else, we'd like to thank all the people of all the countries, Ukrainians, first and foremost, who supported and cheered for us from wherever they were. We'd like to thank all the people from all the countries that have supported us. This victory is momentous for us, and I'm so happy that we've been able to raise the morale of the Ukrainians, that we have hope that this victory will herald a major victory, will give the motivation and bring our major victory closer. Glory to Ukraine, glory to our heroes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you're free to ask questions. Please wait to receive the microphone. Greetings. It's Rada, TV, Senicka Oksana. Are you planning to sell your hat at an auction to help Ukraine? We know that you are planning to sell the crystal microphone. Tell us more about it. We are planning to sell the award statue. We are planning to sell it to raise funds for Ukraine, meaning that there are so many people who can afford donating a lot of money to help Ukraine. And this statue will be an additional motivation to donate money to help support Ukraine and Ukrainian army. So you can take a picture of this statue. It will be placed at an auction soon. Please follow us on Instagram. We are planning to announce the venue, the auction details, etc. More questions? Oksana Laboyka, TV channel Ukraine. Immediately after the Eurovision, many started saying that perhaps it's worth relocating the Eurovision and hosting it in Poland instead. What would you say about it? That's my first question. And secondly, how do you feel about Ukrainians apologizing before the Polish people in mass that our jury rated Poland as 0? Who was the first to congratulate you, and how many red Panama hats do you have? Lots of questions, a volley of questions. So the contest in Poland was the first question. Many countries have come up with the message that they be prepared to host Eurovision should we not be able to. This is a good gesture and we're grateful for them, but we still retain hope that next year we'll be in a position to host Eurovision in the rebuilt, happy and sovereign Ukraine. As for the Ukrainian jury rate in Poland, 0. It's a very strange situation that happened. I feel badly about it. Personally, I love the Polish song. It's in my top 5 performances, so I found it very strange. I don't know the detail. There was something amiss with the rating, but I hope our Polish friends will not hold this grudge against us because it didn't turn out well. And there was a question about the Panama hats. How many Panama hats you had? Who are your favorite performers? I've got loads of them. In my 2 Telegram channels, I've got loads of congratulatory messages and I haven't had time to respond to them. But I think my girlfriend was the first to congratulate me. And how many Panama hats do you own? This particular hat is in a few number because the collection isn't published any longer, but you can find our branded Panama hats with our logo on our Instagram page. You can write to it and get them. I would also like to ask Mykola Chernodetsky to comment on the question of the Eurovision 2023 host country. We are making every effort, and I hope the government will support us in our effort to host Eurovision in Ukraine. And I hope to be able to host Eurovision in peaceful Ukraine. But security is an important consideration. The final decision will be made together with the European Broadcasting Associations. Negotiations are going to be complicated, I can say as much already. But in 2017, when Kyiv hosted Eurovision, there was a major discourse then, and Ukraine then put in a financial guarantee of 15 million euro should anything go amiss. Then these funds would be given to another country to host the contest. So this is a much more complex question than our desire to host the contest, but I'm certain that we shall spare no effort to make it happen here in Ukraine. Thank you. More questions? So, Helena Terещук, Radio Svoboda, Radio Freedom. this understanding that Kalush band has won and your work has paid off, but also victory for the Ukrainian defenders fighting for Ukraine, sacrificing their life and limb. How do you understand your victory? And what mission do you see for your band these days? It's been a very lengthy road. We walked to this victory. We slept short hours and worked incredibly hard, and the emotion is unspeakable. The way we felt was beyond words. Next morning, when I woke up, I remember this feeling when I woke up, and my first idea was, we won the Eurovision. And this was such a very good feel that went through me. It was worth it. The struggle was worth it, as it's been a truly daunting trial. And I'm not going to give you any insights about the trials, but we did get through. So I'm incredibly grateful to all who supported us, who supported our band, all those who've cheered for us. Roman Honda, Public Somlenia. Now your band is the most expensive music band in Ukraine. Do you feel this is the time when you need to be touring Europe and the world in order to pitch Ukraine and to raise funds for the money and to promote your costumes? As for touring Europe and raising funds, the answer is yes, we are precisely going to do that. We will be announcing the sites of our tour very soon. Every time we'll be raising funds for the needs of the army and for the official support funds, and that announcement is coming up. And what did you say in the end about our costumes? We didn't make the plans, but we'll consider them. More questions? Alexander Hilchuk, Визвольна боротьба. After your plea to save Azovstal, the Ukrainian delegation wasn't shown initially, and the European Broadcasting Association summoned you for consultations. And was it so? And what did they tell you? I'd like to compliment you on a nice Panama hat. No, that allegation is not true. We were there in front of the camera. We were in view, but somehow we weren't shown. The first emotion we felt was that perhaps, but we were hopeful. All of us, we are hopeful that they just missed it for some reason. Let's put it that way. More questions. Єлизавета Порубцова, Перший Західна, First Western. How did Stefania respond? Did she call you? She was up until 3 a.m. following, cheering for us, and she's definitely very happy. This is a song dedicated to my mom, and it won the Eurovision contest, bringing victory to Ukraine. What else could she feel? More questions? Please pass the mic. Дар'я Кучер, Твоє місто. There was a lot of controversy about your costumes that you chose. Tell us about them. Why did you opt for them? They are authentic. Were you allowed to use them for the performance? Do you have a special embroidered shirt? Kalush Orchestra is a blend of old, even forgotten folklore and the modern cutting-edge hip-hop. And this blend produces something novel, unprecedented, that has a unique sound that so many people like. And this can be traced through in our songs, but also in our images and the general concept. So if you're asking me about the kaptar, the vest, to the contrary, we felt it was incredibly cool to show it the way it should be worn. There's always a person who would have a different take on all of it. We hope that no matter what, We are all happy with the result, and we did it the right way. Tell us about your embroidered shirt. Do you have a favorite one? I do have an embroidered shirt, and it's embroidered with Kalush specific embroidery patterns, and I love it. It must be my favorite, but I didn't use it for performances. I need to adjust it a bit. More questions? Adat Michenko, Ukraine Media. Ole. What's your vision for the development of Kalush Orchestra project? Are you planning some international collaboration projects? Do you have any creative ideas in this direction? We aim to make Ukrainian music popular in Ukraine and beyond, in the entire world, and Eurovision was a good platform to pitch our Ukrainian culture. And we aim to collaborate with world celebrities and to promote Ukrainian language and Ukrainian music and make it popular in the West and America as well. We have very ambitious goals set for ourselves, so please follow. More is to come. Who would you like to make a joint track with? Many. Eminem is my fan favorite. I've said so on many times, and I hope there will come a time when we can perform together. I do have a question. So going back to your plea to save Ukraine, save Mariupol, and save our heroes in Azovstal, can you talk through what were you thinking at the time and what made you say the words addressing the entire Europe? 200 million spectators were watching the final of Eurovision, and I felt that I'd be blaming myself if I hadn't done it than if I had done it and I'd be disqualified. I put it on balance, and this was my decision. So it was more important for me to rescue the people of Ukraine than to get a statue from Eurovision or even the Eurovision victory, important as it was. I knew it would be sad if we'd be disqualified, but Ukraine would have supported our choice. This night, 2 days following your plea, the first wounded were evacuated from Azovstal who were injured. So what are your words for the fighters remaining in Mariupol steelworks stronghold? I can express my heartfelt gratitude for standing for us, for their valiant courage, for their determination, and I hope very soon everything will be done to rescue all of you. I reposted this song they performed. Then we'll make one more announcement. This concludes the official part of the press conference. And right now, I'd like to invite Kalush Orchestra Band and all the journalists to go down to the square in front of Media Center Ukraine. Today we start an all-Ukrainian initiative dedicated to the mothers of Ukraine, the women who bear an incredible burden, who are supporting our indomitable country. So everyone is welcome to go outside to the entrance of the Media Center Ukraine. And now let's welcome and thank the Kalush Orchestra Band.